How the Backrooms community can save itself. The Backrooms, once a uniquely chilling corner of internet horror, began with a single image, a yellow-tinted maze of office-like rooms paired with the phrase, "If you're not careful and you knock out of reality in the wrong areas." That image, posted to 4chan in May 2019, sparked a wave of creativity. It was liminal horror at its purest, a space that was familiar yet deeply wrong. In the years that followed, the Backrooms evolved into a vast user-generated mythos, but with that growth came instability. As the community expanded, the quality and coherence of the concept began to unravel. Today, the Backrooms face the risk of collapsing under their own weight. To save themselves, Backrooms creators and fans must reflect on their roots, understand the reasons for the decline, and forge a more intentional path forward focused on quality, cohesion, and psychological horror. A brief history of the Backrooms. The Backrooms originated on 4chan's board in May 2019, when a user posted an eerie image of a fluorescent-lit, yellow-carpeted space and asked for unsettling photos. Another user replied with the now iconic knocklip lore. This minimalist world-building sparked immediate interest, inspiring creepypasta stories, YouTube videos, and artwork. Throughout 2020 and 2021, the Backrooms evolved rapidly. Communities formed around it on Reddit, YouTube, and Discord, and fan wikis began documenting new levels and entities. The idea transformed from a single level of yellow rooms to a universe containing thousands of levels, each with distinct rules, themes, and beings. While this expansion showed incredible creativity, it also led to fragmentation. In late 2021 and into 2022, a new wave of interest came through high-production YouTube series like Kane Pixel's The Backrooms, Found Footage, which recentered the mythos on analog horror and psychological tension. His work was praised for balancing world-building with unsettling ambiguity. However, while it reignited passion in some parts of the community, it also highlighted the disparity between carefully crafted stories and the chaotic sprawl found elsewhere online. Why the Backrooms fell. The fall of the Backrooms was not sudden. It was a gradual dilution of the core concept. One major reason was overexposure. As the community grew, so did the pressure to constantly produce content. This led to the creation of thousands of derivative levels and entities, many lacking thematic or narrative purpose. The mysterious and horrifying feel of the early Backrooms was lost under an avalanche of video game-style mechanics, e.g., Level 69, the Lava Caves, or Entity Number 432, Friendly Doggo, which made the mythos feel more like a fantasy RPG than a horror experience. Another factor was lack of creative consistency. With multiple competing wikis, like the Wikidot and fandom versions, countless headcanons, and no agreed-upon lore, the community fractured. Instead of building together, creators began working in silos, often ignoring established ideas or prioritizing quantity over cohesion. The rise of TikTok also contributed to the decline. While it brought visibility, it encouraged low-effort virality, such as slideshow content that prioritized jump scares or fake sightings over storytelling. Short-form videos often stripped the Backrooms of the slow-building dread that defined its appeal, replacing it with bite-sized spectacle. Finally, there was creative burnout. So many levels were being made that new ideas became increasingly niche, repetitive, or nonsensical. This pushed away longtime fans and writers who felt the original vision had been lost. How the Backrooms can save itself. 1. Reconnecting with the core concept. The true horror of the Backrooms lies in its ambiguity and isolation, the idea of being trapped forever in a sterile, endless liminal space. To reclaim that fear, the community must embrace less, not more. Instead of defining every corner with exact rules and stats, creators should reintroduce mystery and leave room for interpretation. Stories that center on dread, solitude, and existential horror will naturally feel truer to the spirit of the Backrooms. 2. Prioritizing quality over quantity. Wikis and fan platforms should become more selective, raising the bar for accepted lore and levels. Curators and mods can encourage well-thought-out submissions, character-driven narratives, and polished artwork or films. Projects like Kane Pixel's series prove that high-quality, story-focused content can draw in audiences far more effectively than endless, generic editions. 3. Embracing narrative diversity. The Backrooms don't need to be horror-only to remain engaging. Writers and creators should explore other tones, melancholy, surrealism, dystopian survival, while maintaining the emotional weight of the setting. A researcher's descent into madness, a survivor's journal, or a child's dream logic experience in the Backrooms can all offer fresh, emotionally resonant stories. 4. Building a shared framework without canon wars. Instead of enforcing a rigid canon, the community could agree on a few core themes or levels as foundation points, allowing alternate branches to grow while remaining loosely interconnected. Periodic collaborations, lore resets, or even multiverse-style frameworks could unite creators while giving them creative freedom. 5. Reinvigorating community engagement. Healthy fan communities need space to grow, but also guidance. Forums, fan hubs, and Discord should be moderated to reward creativity, offer feedback, and encourage mentorship for new writers or artists. The Backrooms began as a collaborative project, reviving that spirit of shared imagination, rather than one-upmanship, is key. Conclusion. The Backrooms didn't fall because people lost interest, it fell because it lost focus. A once terrifying space became crowded with filler, and the community fragmented instead of uniting. But its core idea remains powerful, and with intentional shifts in tone, structure, and priorities, the Backrooms can be reborn. By returning to ambiguity, raising the creative bar, and fostering collaboration, the community can build something that is not just scary, but meaningful, resonant, and enduring.